So, Otaku fam, we are back. More reactors here for the channel with some more death battle. We have Spider-Man versus Deku, specifically Miles Morales versus Deku. Well, we're back at the death battle stuff, and I just picked this one randomly, so I'm finally in the lead, guys.
I think Miles is going
on. I'm a dare to be different. I'm gonna say Deku. Just so I can either tie it back up or keep my lead. I can afford to play reckless. I'm saying Deku because I think Deku has too many powers that overshadows Miles's powers. Miles is busted too. Don't get me wrong. Miles has a lot of powers that normal Spider-Men don't have. And that definitely gives him an edge here. But Deku's got literally all the powers of everybody that used All for One in his bag.
All for One do?
There's a lot. I mean, we got all the All Might powers. He's got the Black Whip power, which is how I guess they're doing because of this one. That's how they're both web swinging technically or whatever. He's got a lot. I don't even remember all of them because I stopped keeping up with My Hero, but I know he's got full on access to all of them. I know he's got full control over All for One now. I think by the end of the manga.
I might go with Deku too. Because I don't remember that. Well, because I'm not caught up with him at all.
Yeah.
I was just thinking Miles because I was thinking about the strength level.
Yeah, strength, the electricity. He's got the camouflage. Yeah, like Miles on paper sounds broken, but Deku, everybody in My Hero's busted. The My Hero universe is busted power scaling wise. So I feel like Deku's gonna win. But I would like for Miles to win because I love Miles.
Does he have other things?
Who, Miles?
Yeah. Or am I thinking about different?
He's probably got something I'm not thinking of right off the bat. Especially if they go off of like comic books and they don't just go off of like Spider-Verse and video games. So which is also another thing that might change up on what they do for Miles, because I really don't know how extensive his powers are in the comic books, and I don't know how deep dive they're gonna go with that. So there's a lot that's going to be happening with that. They're going to tell us all his powers.
I know, but I'm still going to look.
Although she's doing that, and you can change your answer before the death battle starts if you would like to. But either ways, thank you guys for the continued support. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Yeah, I knew he had a little bit of a Healy power. Let us know which death battles to react to next. You guys are going to get 2 death battles this week just because we want to do more of these, and there's plenty to go through, and that's easier for us to react to. Check out the Patreon link down below for full cut reactions to TV shows, animes, and movies. Okay, we're both going Deku. Why is this captioned in Spanish?
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright,
let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed. And he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the
dislikes
Oz
canon
formula,
events.
a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl all along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt
Wakandan
May,
web
these
shooters,
webs have
okay.
all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining,
Yeah, all the venom
projectiling,
powers.
and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family
Yep.
dinner so awkward. All that, trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents! Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this
do
particular
my own
spider
thing.
had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting.
In the world of Marvel,
Hell, he
that's
can
kind of
even
a big
make
deal.
electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was
I didn't know
this?
he could
It's
do
not
that.
entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields
my
to
worst fear.
fly, traveling
It
up to
just goes
hundreds
I
of
hate it.
miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
scene.
Miles can
Yes.
dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings,
Oh,
including
bro,
a
the first
building
game, that fight
exploding
was
on
awesome.
top of him.
Oh, geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers.
Yeah.
He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though
Oh,
it's not
damn,
as
I didn't know it was
durable
that
as,
strong.
Say, Captain America's shield,
Right.
and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in his shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up, and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
Won
There's
an Oscar.
anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done.
Won an
Miles
Oscar.
even led them into battle against
I
the
saw.
Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
That's so tough.
But what is a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was no one
Spoilers
more
for the
synonymous
ending
with
of My
word
Hero,
than their
guys.
symbol of peace. All Might.
The big numero uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All for One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this
I would
kid
be
named
one of those people that
Izuku
didn't get a
Midoriya,
quirk, bro,
or
and I
as
would hate
local
myself.
bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks.
I
named after
remember
specific US
the old
locales.
seasons of My Hero
The
being
soccer
so
club,
good.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow, on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High!
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your
That shit
Best
was awesome,
here
bro.
had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to
Yep.
focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All for One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had
Yep.
passed One for All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One for All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One for All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him
That
in his
does
battle
kinda
against
just
All
like
for
a
One.
huge
Black Whip
Yeah.
gives him
Because it's
energy
years and
tendrils to swing
generations
around
of
and
power
restrain foes. They can
that has
also
been
brace his
mastered
arms and manually
past
control
that.
his muscles if
Yeah,
he
Black
can't
Whip was the
move.
first one that
Float
he got.
allows
That's why I
him to
remember
soar
that
high
one.
into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger
Okay,
Sense
didn't know he
detects
had that.
incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specific
that's his spider sense,
location
Yeah, I was
pretty
gonna
much.
say it's
for threats.
basically
Familiar?
Deku Tingle.
Smokescreen lets him create a smokescreen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real
Invisibility,
meat is in Fa Gen.
camouflage.
After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling
I
to
still
achieve
think Miles
full
would be able to
100%,
see through that.
equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave
That's
them
fucking
frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All for One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed. suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him, though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero. Hello, it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know it. Get your abilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, last chance. I'm still saying Deku.
I still say Deku.
Okay.
There are like little things where I'm like, oh, but that could be not on par, like to the same level, but I also have to recognize that I only know Deku for what I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's like 3 or 4 seasons.
I think you've
And
seen
not-
like 4 or 5, but yeah.
Because I definitely am not anywhere caught up. Because I got to one point and I was tired of it, so I just skipped and watched all the villain stuff, and that's where I ended. So.
Let's see if we're right.
Oh!
Either way, I'm keeping my lead.
Listen.
Huh? You can't do this. I created you. That was a nice transition.
You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you! Care to show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First lesson, don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now watch mine! Delaware! Ah!
Let's try that one more time. Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that.
Yeah, you
Oh, mierda.
really
I love the cartoon animation, like the not the.
I moved us to an
Comic book.
abandoned
Yeah.
part of the city so we can go all out! Because I always do my best!
Ooh, style, kill him. Style on him. Oh.
If I'm gonna do my best, I gotta do my own thing.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
Good lord. Oh, yeah. A bunch of punches in an instant.
Spider-Man. You really are the ultimate.
Yeah.
That was a cool.
That was a good fight.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which
Let's.
matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The Spider Sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than Danger Sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fa-Jin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
Yeah.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles
Yeah.
absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT.
That does
smashing
put
the bomb
a
Miles
lot more
absorbed
things
out of
into
the water.
perspective.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the Vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what
Yeah.
Deku could dish out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Not the morality
Next.
of the story.
That was a really cool fight.
Yeah, that was a cool fight. I like the comic book style they did for that. I still think, like, actual fight that we've seen from Death Battle, my favorite so far has definitely been Street Fighter versus Tekken. That fight was fucking sick.
Still feel robbed and cheated.
that was my come up moment right there. That was when I finally started closing the gap. I was on a losing streak before we hit that one. Well, we both get a point for that one. I'm just still in the lead.
That one was a lie.
No.
I'll let my bias show.
That's
Jen
fine.
should have won.
We both let our bias show in the
Clive and Dante.
yeah.
Yeah, we did. A lot of people.
Yeah, y'all had your opinions on that.
That was funny.
Sheesh.
It was kind of funny. I'm
It
not
was
gonna
funny.
lie.
I didn't take any personal
No,
attack from it. I was
no.
just like, I just saw the stuff on it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
dang, y'all felt some. People on Twitter agreed with us though.
Yeah.
it's like,
There
damn.
were still
alright.
some people that agreed with us too, and it's
Yeah.
like I think it's funny with that battle. I know this is completely a different battle, but you have people that explain Clive winning, Clive,
Yeah.
and I could see the points with that.
Yeah.
But then other people are explaining Dante, kind of like what we did, and in way more detail because they have a much more clear understanding of that universe than I do, because that's what I played back when I was in middle school, high school. So it's been years since I've touched that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, that's a fair point too, kind of like what we're saying. It's just in more like professional terminology. And then, yeah, it was, some of those comments were funny.
Yes.
At the end of the day, guys, while we enjoy these videos, these are just videos. These aren't real life people.
Yeah.
It's nothing but a thing. And we can all have opinions.
That's correct. Even
Jen
if yours
shoulda
are wrong.
won, and yours was wrong. I'm just...
That's okay. I'm still up 1 though. Thank you guys for the continued support. Let us know
Let's
which
play
death battle we
Tekken
should
right
do. I'll find my one spammy character. Let us know which death battle to react to next. We do already have another one lined up for this week, but keep giving the suggestions and we'll keep checking them out. And we'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.